Okay, we're in front of a planet, hot desert. There is water here, carbon dioxide, nitrates, sulfates, methane. And I'm just going to check on the details of this planet. And first thing we see, right, is a volcano. Now that's where you got your sulfates. Basics. This program is that the minimal requirements are present, and of course a volcano this size and its sulfates, on the crusty edge of it you got nitrates being shaped. Now nitrates go back into the rock surface, right, and get absorbed, while the difference between them gives off a lot of methane. But methane is a natural occurring requirement for existence of life. Let's see if we can climb this hill. As I climb it, then I would consider that there is very high temperature, so any of the CH4 would be vaporized instantly to the point of becoming charcoal-like, and that's why we have the carbon dioxide component. The higher we get, the lower the pressure, the higher the carbon dioxide, which floats up high instead of the methane doing so. Don't know about you, but the whole landscape then has evaporated CH4 that's been zapped or neutralized by pressure up high or down low. So let's go downwards. You can see it already here, yellow mists. The basic pre-requirements for natural methane. And as you observe the horizon, you see that the evaporation rate or evaporation gradient dissolves as the carbon dioxide goes up higher. So what happens? Where do we have the water effect in all this? Let's see it. Close to the night side, the differences between these gradients of vapor will basically cool down. And when they do that on the night side, they'll drop down. Carbon dioxide weighs more, I guess, than the methanes do. so it'll be the first one to drop down. And in that difference of temperature, in that bracket, there is probably water being shapen in chemical formulations. In that gap between space, which is probably totally full of sulfides, sulfurs, from the light of trillions of planets and stars. And as you get closer to the night and day, you get these vortexes. Basic imprint of the galaxy spiral vortex. And as we go into the night, we see actually the sulfates light up. The orangey or the yellowish colors are the methanes and so on. So water on these kind of planets be between the floaters, which are actually the sulfates of the inner magma floating to the surface, because they obviously don't create a gravity effect to any large degree. But as they do, the dynamic difference of pressure of pulling up and down carbon dioxide and methane does actually push up and down on space. So like the dynamical difference existing everywhere, and space is the measure by which these sulfides and their ability to float or sustain together with the water that floats. So the most probable floaters in the universe is probably water and magma or sulfides from the inner core. So between these two floaters we have the weight differences of the nitrates up and the carbon dioxide down. Quite an interesting ride, wasn't it? I mean, I did explore and show you how you can gain information about planets and their systems just by exploring. And no matter what you say, you're not gonna get it wrong, because we're all human beings. So, goodbye planet.